Hello everyone. So in this video we will be learning about what is exactly marketing cloud. So before we go through this tutorial, a quick introduction about myself. I am Prithviraj and I have been working with marketing cloud for almost 3 years by now, and I have some certificates in marketing cloud as well. So that's pretty much. Now let's go through the tutorial. So we will cover the overview where we will be discussing all the what are the topics of marketing cloud. But before that, what we will be doing is we will be understanding what exactly is marketing cloud and why do a business need one. Okay, so basically Salesforce marketing cloud or any marketing platform is actually uh, for inbound marketing, where an user actually is targeted through email, web, uh, push messages, SMS, anything, any channel through which it's a digital content can be transferred to bring awareness among the user about a particular product. That's basically the idea behind marketing cloud. Okay, so this is what marketing cloud is all about. So now in this video, what are the topics we will be covering? Okay, so we have this all topics which will be covering in the next slides. Okay, so first we have a marketing cloud overview. So this is the dashboard which you come across when you first have a look at marketing cloud. Okay, so this is the dashboard. So first you will see that there are multiple studios or multiple applications which are aggregated into one platform to target users and bring out campaigns and applications using these tools. So basically each studio or each application over here is actually a tool, so which will help you to bring out a product for the client basically. So if you see here, you will find email studio, mobile studio, social studio, advertising studio, web studio, journey builder. So these are all the things. Okay, so we will go through one by one. So let's go to the next slide. So this is email studio. Here there is a lot of thing inside email studio, but just to give you an overview in this video, email studio is actually a platform where you will actually create your email, because email messages are the most common way where through which you can reach the user. Okay, so and bring digital content in a very good way. So there mscript and ssjs can be used to programmatically personalize the content of these emails. And other than that, their SFMC also provides some drag and drop features which could be also used if someone is totally from a marketing background and does not have any idea about code. So that being said, let's go to the next slide. So here we have personalization. Okay, so as I said, we can personalize each email, SMS or push notification based on the user. Okay, so uh, why this personalization is needed, this actually brings some uh, common factor where the person or the user feels more connected. For that purpose, here we have the personalization thing. Okay, now we go to the next section. So this is actually journey builder. Okay, so this is something where you will be creating it's similar, if you have gone through SFDC, you will know process builder. Okay, it's something similar to that. What it does is it you can create workflows, means not workflow of SFDC, but you can create a flow, kind of a flow chart where the user or the contact will flow through this journey, and based on their interaction, what they does throughout the journey, they will get corresponding emails or SMS or whatever the logic is. Okay, so for example, if a user clicks and opens up email, so the user has viewed the product, so we can take him to the next email where we will talk about in detail about that product. But if the user has not clicked that product, our main target will be to send a reminder email so that the user gets user notices about the product. First, the product awareness is very important. For that kind of stuff, we use this journey builder. Now let's go to Automation Studio. So there could be scenarios where we run journeys after regular intervals, let's say weekly, or there could be some data manipulation using queries, and some file transfer. Let's say a file is dropped in an FTP. Okay, and these things happen weekly or daily, and it can be scheduled. Okay, this manual process can be automated, and this is where Automation Studio comes in. So if you see the activities inside Automation Studio, you will find that let's say for example, a particular email is sent every month, huh? And it's a common culture to send that email of that corporation monthly. Okay, so for this monthly newsletter email, we can use this functionality. Okay, or let's say there is a file drop or which and reporting which goes on a weekly basis, so the company needs the report weekly. So we can export that data, and or we can import something weekly, or for that thing we can use this Automation Studio. Okay, there are other features also, but for now we have just given you an overview of what Automation Studio does. Now let's go to the most fundamental thing, and this is something without which you cannot move into SFMC, and this is data extension. Data extension is actually like a database without which an application cannot function, right? So basically, this data extension is where the users or the contacts or whatever you call the subscribers resides. Their details are populated over here. We can populate them through import, you can populate them through FTP, you can populate them through a cloud page, anything, but the data goes inside these databases, which are called data extension in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And once this data is populated, this data is actually used to target the user through emails, SMS, push, whatever. So this is what exactly is data extension. Now let's go to the next slide. So this is all subscribers. This is where the entire subscription management is looked by the Salesforce. Okay, so this is a list which is provided out of the box by Salesforce, a global list where all the whomever you have sent an email, SMS or anything through the Marketing Cloud channels, the subscriber is automatically added to this subscriber list. And whenever the user wants to unsubscribe, there in the email you can have a profile center link or an unsubscription management link, which could be used to actually unsubscribe. And this actually is a law called CAN-SPAM law, where the user must abide by this rule, that the company must abide by this rule that the user should have the rights to unsubscribe from a newsletter or anything. So for that purpose, this all subscriber is something provided out of the box for subscription management in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now, that being said, we go to the next slide. So this is profile center. So as I have said, these two are actually connected. So in profile center, in all subscribers, the subscribers are added, right? Now this profile center link is actually added and should be added to every email at the bottom, so that the user can click on this and manage their preferences, and based on their preferences, further communications through email is whatever could be sent. Okay, so this is basically the choice that this is a kind of form and the user can manage this. Okay, so basically sometimes the company also looks for custom profile center, which is actually the companies looks for actually to mingle with their custom web pages. So they want their form to look just like the website. So for that there is custom profile center, and we can design that as well using AmpScript and SSJS. Okay, so that could be done, but Salesforce provides an out of the box feature, out of the box profile center, which could as well be used, and generally most often this is used. Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. So this is CAN-SPAM. So CAN-SPAM, as I have said, is a law. So as of this law, this is to prevent the spamming thing. Okay, so a company should abide by this rule, so that the user has this option to unsubscribe through one click and stop the email from coming to them. Okay, so that is a very short thing, but now it's trigger send. Okay, trigger send is actually used for, let's say you register and you get a coupon code. So as soon as a person registers, he should receive a coupon code in his email. Okay, so for such a scenario where the email should be triggered as soon the user registers, in such a scenario you use trigger send. Now trigger send can be I will discuss trigger send later in a different video, but what trigger send is there will be a form, let's say, and when the form is submitted, a set of AmpScript code will be run at the back end, and the user will get an email which is targeted to the user, okay, who have registered. Okay, so this could also not limit, actually this could also cover transactional emails. Let's say if a user buys a product and wants to receive the user should receive a user product confirmation email that the order has been placed. In such a scenario, this trigger sends are really handy. Now let's go to the next slide. So this is Web Studio or the cloud pages. Okay, so in this place most of the application which are developed within SFMC is here. Okay, you will be dealing with almost every code section entirely over here. Although Salesforce Marketing Cloud provides the drag and drop facility, but mostly if you are working in the Salesforce Marketing Cloud teams, you will be coming across developing this web pages or websites entirely on this platform. Okay, so you can do all kind of stuff inside this. Anything which is custom could be done over here. Okay, so you can, and also in the earlier slide we have shown that trigger send, also the trigger send code is written over here. Okay, so that's what cloud pages are. Now let's go to Mobile Studio. So Mobile Studio, Email Studio, these are kind of same thing. This is just you use this to trigger SMS and push notifications. Okay, so there are various kinds of interactions you can do as well with this SMS and push. There is outbound, there is these things other, like location entry, location exit, where you, if you enter, let's say New York, you will get a notification or something like that. But most commonly used is the outbound message, where the user can receive SMS or push notifications. Okay, so this is Mobile Studio only again, and here is the push notification part. This is what it looks like. Basically just like email, it's a platform and an environment where you can write the title, the subtitle and the message, and once it's done you can just send it through journeys, automation or whatever you like. Okay, or you can just send it directly, even that could be done. So this is what push notification and SMS in Mobile Studio, a brief overview of it. And now let's go to reports. Now when you are working for a client, the client will often look for reports to understand what is the delivery and what kind of, you can track the user, like how many people click the email, how many people open the email, and all these things. So for this, reports are really necessary in terms of business perspective, where businesses want weekly or monthly things to know that what's really going on in the business. Okay, and so for these things you can have reports. Now there is Interaction Studio. This is a new thing, this that actually entered into this marketing cloud. Actually Cognizant, this Salesforce got this from this Thunderhead, and now I heard that this will be also getting updated, and they are going to integrate some other company's product. Okay, but this is a totally different application, where let's give you an idea of what Interaction Studio is. So Interaction Studio actually is like think of it like this: you go to a website, you click shoes, and when you come back to the home page, you see most of the top banner and everything is served based on what you have just now searched, that is shoes. So you are like wow, I want shoes and this is served here, and you again click and look through the shoes. So this kind of recommendations can be provided through Interaction Studio. So this is Interaction Studio. Now let's go to the other part, which is Social Studio. Okay, the other slide. So what is Social Studio? Social Studio is actually a platform. Actually it's a totally different application which is actually integrated within SFMC, and this is actually is from a company called Radian 6. It got bought into SFMC. Even SFMC actually was from a company called Exact Target, which Salesforce bought, and this is actually a totally different application which is integrated within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So this is a marketing tool which can be used to send manage multiple messaging or social channels. Okay, like there is so many social channels like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Now imagine there are 100 accounts and you have to manage all those. So this could really make the work easy, as if there is a common page or a dashboard where you can look through and answer directly or post directly to any channel with, and this is just one platform that it is. Okay, so and what other things this Social Studio provides? It provides something called Studio Automate, where you can actually uh, look through what people are actually what is going on in your social accounts. You can have a review and analysis of the posts, and you can also categorize them. You can pull posts and categorize them, like this is complaint, this should be a complaint, and this should be assigned to a case. Okay, and this user should be dealt with. So in such scenarios, you can automate the task where these posts from multiple channels are pulled into and then they are analyzed. Okay, so this is something which Social Studio does. And why Social Studio can come handy is this keeps this helps the business manage their social impression. Okay, what people are talking, they need the companies need to control what people can talk. If it's a complaint, it should be addressed, and this kind of stuff is managed by Social Studio. Now we come to the programming languages. Okay, so in programming languages there is AMScript, server-side JavaScript, SQL. These things are there in SFMC, but the entire web development thing is also included within SMMC, because when it comes to cloud pages, you are actually developing websites. So everything which a website development needs should be there. Just you can think of it like this: the backend, instead of being a PHP or Java, it's AMScript, and the database is SQL, which is the database is data extension. Okay, so you can think of it like this: the front end can be anything, but the back end is served by AMScript and server-side JS, and the database is the data extension. You can think it like this. Other than this, there are some advanced topics also which these days the people are looking for within the SFMC resource is like Node.js. Okay, because you need to sometimes develop custom journey builder applications which can be deployed to this platform called Heroku, and then these things are there. Okay, so it's a pretty cool thing also. And there is this Fuel SDK, where what is Fuel SDK is, let's say you have a PHP application and or a Java application, and you want to integrate that third party application with this Salesforce Marketing Cloud. For this kind of stuff, there is Fuel SDK. And also, if you want to build some accelerator or anything which you want to enhance the potential of Salesforce Marketing Cloud, even then people use this SDK, Fuel SDK thing. Okay, so these are the few extra scopes which Salesforce provides to a Salesforce Marketing Cloud resource, where you get a chance to work with Heroku, Git, and this Node.js and all. Okay, so that is the open area. So here is synchronized data extension. This is the next slide. And what is synchronized data extension? Now there will be most of the time when you will be working with SFDC integrated. Okay, the data will be flowing to SFDC, which or Salesforce platform, which is a kind of a parent data storehouse, and almost every data first enters that platform, then comes to SFMC. Okay, so it works that way: first to Salesforce, then it comes to Marketing Cloud. So this is an out of the box feature which is utilized through connectors, and the data automatically after every 15 minutes it flows to a Salesforce Marketing Cloud platform, and then it gets stored into some Salesforce synchronized data extensions. And but you cannot edit or update the Salesforce synchronized data extension. What you can do instead is you can query that data, and as far as your requirement is, you can store that in a target data extension, and then use that target data extension to send emails. Okay, so it's like there is the synchronized data extension, you query that, put it in another data extension, and then use that data extension in order to send emails, SMS, put it in a journey, whatever. Okay, so this is the synchronized data extension. Now there is Query Studio. Okay, so what is Query Studio? This is actually this is given by Salesforce to ease the life of developers who work in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, because every time you write queries, you want to test it. It's like a MySQL workbench, where every time you write something, you want to test it, right? The query is working or not. So this is a platform where you can test your queries before you put it into the real world or production. Okay, so that's what says Query Studio is. Now A/B testing. A/B testing is actually almost everywhere. Similarly, it's here in Salesforce Marketing Cloud as well, where you take a percentage of your audience and you take, let's say, two emails with different subject lines, and see which gets more clicks and opens, which are more user friendly, which attracts more user or more traffic, and then you use that to target the user. Okay, so it's kind of a testing thing. If either this works or that, let's see, and which one works, you take that and you then use that email or SMS or whatever. Okay, so this is send classification. This is the next slide where we have this send classification. Now whenever you send an email, you want the email, the email actually will come from someone. Okay, so here you have the sender profile, delivery profile. This constitutes the send classification, where the you can means based on your preference, you can give the company name, the company email address, these things, so that whenever the user receives the email, they sees this not being triggered from Salesforce but being triggered from the company email address, the client email address. For this thing, this send classification is there. Okay, so basically this is the send classification, and you will get an option within email studio and every marketing channel, that you need to select the sender. I think this is for only email. You need to select the sender profile, send classification, and then you can just but there will be a step where you can select the send classification before you can trigger the email. So next comes suppression list. Now what is suppression list? Let's say you have a list of data, you have a large amount of data. Now you want to send an email, but you want to exclude all those emails which your competitor client or which your competitor business email IDs use. Okay, so let's say you have a list of email addresses which are from your competitor, and you don't want to send them. Okay, but so you can query them, store it in a data extension, and then add that data extension in the suppression list, and it will exclude all those emails or suppress all those emails, and then send email to only the targeted users. For this there is suppression list. Now comes the setup navigation. Okay, so this part you will be mostly this is for admins or developers as well, when you are installing packages, working with APIs, for REST API, SOAP API, whatever. For those things you need this setup, but for administrative purpose especially, this is the place. So let's say you have to create user, you have to assign them roles, you have to you have to create business units. Okay, so yeah, I haven't talked about business unit. What is business unit? These are like, let's say a company has 5 products, and for every product they need an environment which are exclusive. Okay, let's say there is a company which have a product called shampoo, and you want to have every data and everything separate. Okay, and it will function totally as a different app. So you have, this company will have 5 business units. Okay, so let's say shampoo, there is shirts, pants, everything, and these 5 thing will have 5 separate business units. So this is where you can separate the application or have multiple apps with inside the Salesforce or multiple environments inside the Salesforce Marketing Cloud itself. That is business units. Okay, now this is creating case. If you see the slide, you will find that there is Salesforce help and training. So often there will be scenarios in Salesforce Marketing Cloud where you cannot resolve from your side. It has to be resolved, or the data has to be fetched from the backend. So you reach to Salesforce support, and you ask them what's the issue, or you look for the logs. Okay, for those kind of thing you have this Salesforce help and training. Okay, so You click there, you go and create a case, and then they will address your issue. Okay, so there is Salesforce integration. So what is Salesforce integration? So this is one of the most important thing. Here you will be using Salesforce connectors, which basically a few steps you can go through them. In Trailhead there will be a marketing cloud connector module, and you can go through that, and this actually is what actually is used to connect the Salesforce platform or Heroku platform into the Salesforce marketing cloud. Okay, so this actually you will be providing it. I can just tell in simple terms, like you will be providing the username, API username, password, and then it will be a two-way communication, and then two-way handshaking, and then the user will these two platforms will get integrated to one another. Okay, so and there you will see installed packages. Okay, just after that, and installed packages is something, if you want to have, let's say, a custom app, a journey builder app which is deployed on Heroku, and you want to use that, let's say, for this uh, marketing cloud. So in such scenarios, or let's say you have a third party application, you want to use that using the REST and SOAP APIs, for that also, that installed packages thing is the place to go. Okay, so if you see, this is the picture, and you will find that there is roles, users, business units. These are the place from where you can create a user, you can create a role, you can assign roles, etc. All the administrative stuff you can do it over here. Okay, so this is it pretty much, what gives you a quick overview of Salesforce Marketing Cloud at large. So thank you everyone. Hope you like this video. If you like, you can give that like button, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.